Hey everybody, welcome back to Fyr's Frontier. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, a lot of work has been done, mainly on getting animals, as you can see in front of us, and on the enchantment setup. We do, guys, have a level 30 enchantment setup. I made sure I got all the bookshelves that we needed. It took a little bit of time, and took a bit of a cow farm as well, which is actually over by our swamp. I couldn't bring any cows over here to where the jungle and where our another portal is set up, but I decided to have a cow farm over, just a mini one that we can go over to every once in a while and breed up the cows and kill them and get some leather and stuff over there. So it's way over there past that little floating island over there where our swamp is. So it's quite a big distance, but I'm hopefully going to be making some sort of pathway or bridge over to there, because I do want to have obviously pathways connecting up all the biomes, as well as a nether hub connecting all of them up as well. So that will come very, very soon, hopefully. But guys, to start off today's episode, I want to show you guys some of the enchants I've been doing. First off, I enchanted a few of these things. Actually, we found out on stream, but apparently you can enchant iron hose or just hose in general. Didn't know that, but apparently you can. And I did some level 1 enchants on our axe and our shovel. Of course, we still have our same bow. And I did a sharpness 3, looting 2, and breaking 3 enchant on our sword. And an efficiency 4 on breaking 3 enchant on this pickaxe. I also have a few other pickaxes over here. I've been trying to enchant a lot of pickaxes. Those are what I run out of the most. Which is, let's see. Oh, we have depth strider 3 boots, which, they're all right. We have 2 efficiency 4, just plain efficiency 4 pickaxes over here. So they're not that great, but we can probably combine these with this pick right here. Combine one of these with our Unbreaking 3 Efficiency 4 pick to get an Efficiency 5 Unbreaking 3 pick. So not bad, guys. Not bad at all. But I want to start off today's episode with a little bit of enchanting of some tools, because we do have 30 levels, and I want to see what our enchants are for a pickaxe, for another set of boots, and for a chest plate. So Unbreaking 3 on the chest plate. We have Unbreaking 3 on the boots, and we have Efficiency 4 on the pickaxe. That's not really a good sign. All of those are gambles, so it just depends upon what we want. I'm thinking if we chose this one, we probably just get efficiency 4, so I'm not too keen on that one. The Unbreaking 3 boots would be nice because we do have depth strider 3, so depth strider 3 Unbreaking 3 would be pretty nice. And then the chest plate, I have no idea what we're gonna get, because there's a chance we could get thorns, and honestly, I don't really like that. So I think we're going to go with the boots. Let me go grab some lapis real quick, and then we can make ourselves a nice pair of boots. Oh, and before I forget, I did find parrots over that way in the jungle, and next to a jungle temple, which I will show you guys once we're done with this enchant. So let's go ahead and get this done. You know what? That's not bad. The fire protection's kind of but depth strider 3 on breaking 3, that's pretty good. We're actually going to start using these boots right now. Speaking of armor, we should probably make ourselves a new set of iron armor soon before these break. I don't want us to lose our first set of iron armor, of course, because we are going to be using that as sort of like monumental things in this world, you know, as I do with every world, as I feel like everyone should do with all their worlds. Keep their iron armor, keep their first pickaxes, so they can remember where they came from in this world and where they first settled down and things like that, and all the trials and tribulations that come along with that. But guys, I'm going to go over and show you guys the jungle temple that I actually already explored. I believe it's the only one we have over here in this area, but hopefully it's, you know, not too far away. It actually isn't that far away. It's just over this area. So let me go ahead, guys, and travel over there, and I'll show you guys what kind of jungle temple setup we have. So over there, just out of render distance, is a little base area. This is the little cove that we went to in the first episode, and this is the jungle temple. Pretty close, guys. I'm kind of surprised I didn't find it the first time we went through here. I guess I just sort of circumvented it, because if we also come over here and look, you can see that there's a hill right here. So it does kind of make sense that I didn't see it, but we did already go through and find some stuff in here. It also, just so you guys know, this is what happens with amplified terrain generation stuff. There's no support. It just sticks out. The same thing happened with villages. Villages, we haven't found a village just yet, but villages, they sort of just amplify. They have a ton of dirt underneath of them, and they're almost floating in the air. So that's sort of what happens with those. But we did, as you can see, go down in here. This is actually where I found the parrots. The parrots are actually found right there, and there actually might be another one over there at some point. But yeah, we already explored all of this. Already went through, got the treasures that are over here. It wasn't anything special. I think it was just bones and stuff. I already went into this little thing. I think it's like 1.3.3.1, something like that. And then you go over here and it's open. Let me actually put a torch down there. That way we don't die. And I already went through and got that. What I do want to actually grab, not you. I want to grab these sticky pistons because these are actually kind of valuable early game. We will need some sticky pistons at some point. So those are pretty valuable. It might be a pretty nice idea to have those handy on us whenever we need them. And there is also, guys, other than this jungle temple, another thing that I went and explored off camera. I'll put a screenshot up right now for you guys to see, but we found a desert and we found a savanna right next to each other, which they're not too far from this jungle, actually. And we found ourselves a skeleton spawner over there, which will be pretty cool for some early game XP grinding, which is definitely something I want to do. I would definitely want to make a skeleton spawner, or a skeleton grinder, I guess is what it's called, early game. I have to figure out how to make one in 1.13 because we can't use water elevators. Obviously, we can probably use the simple water mechanics, but we might have to have them drop down 20-something blocks or just kill them normally and not have them one hit to start off with. I mean, that'll probably work. It isn't ideal, but that might work because because water elevators don't actually work anymore in 1.13 due to the water mechanics, as far as I recall. If you guys know anything different, let me know down below. Or if you guys know a good grinder tutorial or design, actually, let me know down below. I'm interested to see if people have already sort of dealt with that in 1.13 or not. So let me know down below what you guys have found out as well. But yeah, I definitely want to do that in the future. But today, guys, today is not going to be about that. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to build our survival house. So I haven't done any designing of it yet, but I do know I want to make it out of jungle wood, oak wood, possibly some stone, and a few other things. And I'm thinking, guys, I know it's getting nighttime, but I'm thinking that little floaty hill right there, that could be a really nice starter house location. So let me go ahead, guys, and get some things prepared. Let me go ahead and actually get up to the island area and see if we can make ourselves a little bit of some space for a starter home. So as you can see, I have cleared out a few trees. I left that tree right there because it's not really in our way. We can just sort of break some of those leaves if we want. But I know I said starter house, and in the past I've done starter houses. But recently I've been very much in the business of doing starter towers, and I think that might be a pretty cool thing to get started with in this world. As of right now, I have no idea what build style I want to sort of work with for this area. I know I've gotten a lot of requests for Aztec, so we might do something with that. But right now, I haven't fully decided, so I think we're just gonna go with more of a regular style sort of build with ourselves a little bit of a starter tower. Now, I was not entirely certain yet what kind of shape this is going to be. We're going to kind of build it together and see what happens. I don't normally build these things without some sort of plan, but today, you know, is a little bit different, and I think I want to try something a little bit different anyways. So we're actually going to have to get probably a little more jungle wood. I don't know how much jungle wood I want to use. I already had a crafting bench, guys. Oh, man. I don't know how much jungle wood I actually want to use. I actually do have some cobblestone smelting up right now because I think I want to make this build out of stone and jungle wood. Not exactly an unforeseen combination right there. Definitely been done before, but I want to see how well these actually work together in our little jungle area over here. And I think it will work pretty well, but we'll give it a shot very, very soon. But before I do anything else, guys, I want to say a big thank you to all you guys who left comments and all you guys who watched the first episode. I wasn't really sure how the response would be. I haven't exactly been an active YouTuber, as you guys know. So I wasn't exactly sure how the response would be to that, but I do think it was a pretty awesome response. I want to thank you guys for being awesome about it and being very awesome in responding and giving me some very important feedback about this series and showing that you guys really love it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully we'll have more than one episode per week. My goal right now is to have 2 or 3 episodes per week. They may not be of the highest quality ever if it's 3 episodes per week, but I do want to see if we can do a lot more uploading this year because I haven't been, like I said, a very, very good YouTuber, and you guys know that for certain. And I do apologize for all of that stuff, because I want to be a lot better, and I know I can be a lot better, and you guys deserve a lot better. So that's one of my main goals moving forward from here, is to be a lot better for you guys and make sure that the content I'm producing is regular and quality. And obviously, we're getting there. We're getting there, and hopefully it'll be a lot better once we get things going. So one thing I've been talking a lot with some people lately about is starting new worlds and sort of how you come up with ideas at the very beginning. Because I have a few friends who are having some troubles coming up with some good ideas for a world before the world starts. And I think that's part of the problem. One of the things I've learned over the years, one of the things I did with this series when I first started the world, is I didn't have a set plan going into it. I knew sort of that I wanted a good spawn area. I didn't really care what spawn area it was, but I knew I wanted a good spawn area. I also knew that I wanted to build in it in some capacity, but I didn't know what I wanted to build. And what I've noticed over the years, having done YouTube for quite some time now, and having been a part of this game for quite some time, is I and many others function better when we don't have a plan going into a world, in terms of a base plan, or in terms of an actual set in stone, this is what I'm going to do plan. Because when you don't set yourself into the quicksand of building a certain type of base or having a certain design, you kind of open yourself up for a lot of different possibilities of things that could happen in a world, such as I didn't know what I was going to do for a spawn because I didn't know what the biome was. So since I didn't know what the biome was when I first came into the world, I said, you know what? Hey, jungle's pretty cool. Let's build some things. We're going to use the heights. Let's build some towers. Something like that, right? That is pretty cool. And I don't think I would have thought of necessarily, especially this tower design and where to put it and all that kind of stuff, if I hadn't just gone into it blind. So occasionally, I know people don't like to do this in the Minecraft community. People like to have plans and like to really plan things out before they start, but that can also be detrimental. You can kind of put yourself on the box, and that's not a very good thing if you really are uncertain, even in the slightest, to begin with, at what you want to do. So I highly recommend, if you guys are interested in starting a new world, don't go into that specific world with a plan. Once you get into the world, look around you and say, okay, what is this? What is this biome? What biomes do I have near me? And what are these different formations that I see? Do I see cliff faces with gaping holes? Do I see mountaintops? Do I see what do I see? What do I see? What can I see? What will I see? And what do I like to do? Right? What do I want to do with this? And build from there. Because at the end of the day, you have to be inspired to build if you're going to have a successful world, whether that's building redstone contraptions or just building in general. And if you're not in a biome, or if you're coming in with some sort of set plan that you feel like you have to use, it's going to be detrimental to you in the long run. So I would definitely recommend maybe not having a necessarily completely set plan when you first come into things, and just going with the flow a little bit, seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like, and rolling with it as the times go on. So that's just my 2 cents, though. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about going into a world with some sort of plan, whether you guys go into worlds with plans, or if you're like me and try not to. Let me know down in those comments below what you guys think. But this tower is a bit bulky. It needs a bit more pizzazz to it, you know? It needs a bit more pizzazz, and I think it might be, yeah, it needs a little bit of something. I think the roof's going to help out a lot with what I want to do. I want to go with a very stylistic roof, a very large roof, hopefully. So that should help things out. But I don't want this tower to be too big. We don't need a huge tower already on top of the hill. But I want something that's pretty basic and that gets the job done. Gets us a place for enchanting, gets us a place for, what do you call it? Bed and stuff. Because right now we're just down there
And that's not safe. That's not safe at all. So we definitely need a good tower design here. Obviously, it's not very colorful, but at the start we don't have a bunch of colors anyways, and I think that this will do all right. So let me go ahead, guys, and work on this a little bit more. I need some more jungle wood. I also need some more stone, which I've been cooking up for a little bit. And I guess when I come back, we will finish this thing off, at least the outside of it, and get started on the interior. So what do you guys think? This is what I have so far. I think the roof looks phenomenal. The build itself, I mean, it looks okay, and that's fine for now, because this is just a starter little tower. It's a bit shorter than I would have liked, but I think overall it's not actually that bad. It turned out a little bit better than I expected. Of course, I'm not completely done yet. Let's actually light this up so that no mobs spawn out here. It did turn out so far a little bit better than I imagined. I do want to also mix in, I made some cracked stone brick that I also want to mix into here as well, because one of the things I think really works well in a jungle is that sort of overgrown, cracked feeling to builds, especially with all the overgrowth that happens in jungles and stuff. I think that this sort of theme fits pretty well with that. And even with whatever sort of design that we end up going with, whether it's like an Aztec theme or whatever kind of theme we end up going with, either way, I think that having this cracked stone is a major plus. So I'm really hoping that it actually ends up being a major plus. And I kind of want to show you guys how I've been doing this roof. I'm sure some of you guys are kind of wondering how in the world you get the sort of roof shape, White. Of course, a lot of you guys are probably good builders anyway, so you probably know all the secrets to life and Minecraft all at the same time. So not like I can help you that much in that department, but I can show you guys, those of you who are wondering, a little bit of what it takes to do what we do here. So let's just grab some more of those. We're out of stone brick, which, you know, is fine. It is what it is. Let's get started with this roof design. Or finishing it off, that is. So the weirdest part of this roof design is this sort of how I connect up the sides here using these stone brick stairs. I wasn't really sure what to do here at first, so I kind of just put some stone brick stairs together, and it works. I still want to add some variation to this. I think adding some cobblestone in the mixture there, as well as a little bit of stone by itself, might work out pretty well. On the sides here, just a little bit of jungle wood going across. Nothing too major, but definitely something that helps out. Also, we need to get rid of these jungle wood. Yeah, get rid of that. And then, of course, some stairs across the side like this. I decided to go in by one because right here, I decided to add, and this also helps with spawn proofing, some slabs right there with a block right there. A few blocks like that. And it's just all about trying to get that nice, steady incline going up. It takes some practice, and I'm certainly no master at it. But at the end of the day, you will be happy with whatever product you come up with if you go this route. So I'm certainly very pleased with how things have shaped up here, and I think you guys will be too. So I'll just add a few slabs. I didn't add slabs on these sides because it just, the way it works into the roof, this works a lot better. And voila, that roof is done. Do we have all the roof designs over here finished? Yep, this roof, and this roof. Now, the other thing I wanted to mess around with, I think, is this right here. So I want to add a stone. So we actually need to, we don't have it, but I want to see if I added this and then added a block, like extend the upside down stair block by one out, if we can make a nice little roof design out of that as well. I don't really experiment with roof designs that often. To me, they're pretty easy to begin with. Oh yeah, I think if we added a slab right there, that might work out well. Let me actually go and grab ourselves a slab, or we're out of stone. That's why I'm saying I have to go grab it. I did smelt up a bunch of stone. I continue to smelt up stone and stone brick, and cracked stone brick actually, down in our little cave ravine area. So we need to head down there and grab ourselves some stones so we can make ourselves some slabs and kind of play around with the roof design a little bit more. A lot of this, guys, a lot of building. If you guys aren't builders, I think a lot of you guys are, but if you're not necessarily a builder, a lot of it is just playing around with designs and coming back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, playing around with, okay, can I add some stairs here? Can I add some slabs there? Because once you have the basic shape down, you're good for the most part. You just have to add details, and the details take the longest amount of time, but are the most helpful, and they do, I think, look the best. If you put enough time into it, it makes a build shine. One thing I always like to say, I know I'm not, the greatest builder of all time, but one of the things I do like to say is that the details are what separate good builds from great builds. If you can focus on understanding what details are needed and the best places to add these details and what kinds of details, because a lot of it is not just adding, different textures. A lot of it is adding different blocks. So adding leaf blocks around, which we'll be doing a little bit later on with some jungle leaves that I have in my inventory. A lot of it is adding different colors to it. I know I don't have a lot of color variation in mind right now, but a lot of it is adding different colors and adding random bits and bobs here and there around the outside of the build as well. Because a build like that looks cool, right? I really like how it looks like that. We'll add some windows and stuff at some point, but I really like how that by itself looks. But that doesn't, that bows in comparison to a build with leaves draping off the edge, a build with a few colored spaces in it, a build with a few more extensions outside of the sort of straight top half that we have there. Those are the sorts of builds that you see a lot of the professional builders, because there are such things as build teams and more professional builders, I would say, out there. Those are the types of things you see those guys at. And when you step back after adding all those details to a build, you can see a big difference. You don't see it right now, obviously, because we don't have any custom trees laying around here, but that's really what makes a world and makes a build that much more special. So if there's any tip I could give you guys out there who are looking to get better at building, because I do get that question a decent bit. Hey, White, how do I get better at building? What are some tips? The biggest thing I would say is details matter. At the end of the day, you want to add, without overdoing it, as many details as you possibly can. And that takes quite a skill that not a lot of people have. I certainly don't, I wouldn't say have it in the degree that I want. But it's definitely something to consider. So I want to try something like that as well for the top there. Let's actually take a step down and see what this looks like, because I don't really play, like I said before, with roof designs a lot. I kind of just go for a standard sort of jutting out at the very end as well. So I want to see how this looks and see if we like it. Let's take a step back. That's not bad. You know what? I kind of like that little bit at the very top. How it sort of curls back in. Let's try it on the other sides now as well and see what happens. It looks a bit bulky, I will say that, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it, guys. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I also went ahead and added, as you can see up there, the chiseled stone brick. I think it adds a nice little detail to the tops there, and yeah, that's not, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Obviously, guys, throughout this series, our builds are going to improve. I'm hoping to get a lot better at building. Right now, I'm good, but I'm not, by any stretch of the imagination, great. So I hope to one day be a great builder, like the great builders of our time. I definitely want to look into being a much better builder as time goes on. But I want to add some windows right here. I don't think we have any sand though, but I at least want to try out some fences, because I don't know if I want to use glass, honestly, in these builds or not. I definitely want to use fences to a degree, but I don't know if I want to use glass as well. We'll kind of see from there. So let's grab some dirt. Not really sure how far down I want to go either. I don't think we're going to do the interior of this today, guys. I think we're sort of running out of time as well. I've talked a lot this episode. You guys will find out if you're new around here. I like to talk. So You'll see a lot of talking. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool if we added some sort of detail. You know what we could really do with, in all honesty? Hold on. I want to add one more fence to the bottom there. And I think I want to add some more like that, some more texture. So I think up top here, I want to add, well, first I want to add a cobblestone stair right there. And I think I want to add a stone brick stair up here to add a little more detail. And I think down here, what would be really cool is to add a banner design. So ever since banners came out, I haven't really used banners a whole lot. I'm not really sure why. There's a lot of cool designs for banners. So I think adding a little bit of a banner design right there going down would be pretty cool. Maybe adding some extra details around that area, because that's cool. And we could expand that all the way down, that sort of window design, which we might end up doing actually, and adding the banner somewhere else. But I want to see if we can play around with that for a bit. Also, I think, can we add a fence right here? Can we just do that? Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Anyways, guys, I want to work on the floor a little bit. I think we're gonna add a jungle wood floor. I want to add some more textures as well to some things, and then I think we're gonna end off the episode after that. So, guys, let me go ahead and do a little bit more progress, and I will see you all with a final progress update in just a moment. I think just from this viewpoint, you guys can already see the difference. I added some leaves towards the bottom. I added some texture to the top, and even if you look at this left side versus this right side, you see a big difference. This left side, in my opinion, looks 10 times better than the right side just because we added those textures, right? We added those cobblestone stairs. We added more, what do you call it? The crackstone brick. Yeah, that's what it is. We have all these extra details. It's the details, guys. It's the details that matter. I know I'm not still great at building, but that is the one thing I know. And I think you guys can get a lot out of that. But this isn't a bad starter tower. It's not bad. It can be improved a lot, but it's not bad. And I've sort of started on the interior. I'm going to do a lot of the interior, I think, off camera because I'm terrible at interiors on camera. But I at least put our bed in here so that we can start keeping our spawn up here. I started up the second floor. The second floor is probably just going to be enchanting. I want to have the first floor, or maybe we'll have a third floor. I didn't think about it, but maybe we'll cut this off. No, maybe no third floor, but the second floor is definitely going to mainly be an enchanting area with maybe a few chests. Down here, I want to have some chests as well with our bed and furnaces and things like that down here, so that we have a lot of starter stuff over here so we can get ourselves a pretty good start to the world. But guys, that's pretty much it for today. If you guys have any further suggestions for this build, let me know down in the comment section below. Also, I do need some suggestions in terms of ways that I can interact with you guys on videos. So I've already in the past done things like have comment of the day where we make a book. I mean, we read off the comment and do that, but that's an ocelot. Bye. We'll have to get you later. I've already done things like comment of the day, but quite honestly, I've done so many of those, and everyone else always does those types of things. I want to know what are ways that you guys think I can incorporate your comments in this series. Obviously, I got to think of ideas of my own, but if you guys have any suggestions, any at all, whether you think they're good or bad, it doesn't matter to me. Suggestions are suggestions at the end of the day. Let me know down in those comments below, because I would love to feature you guys in every single episode. We haven't done it for the first few episodes, but I love, one of my favorite parts about doing the single player series is the fact that I feature you guys, and a lot of what we do is based upon you guys. So I absolutely want to make sure that I incorporate your guys' feedback into this series as much as we can. And even from over here, that actually looks pretty good. I'm quite happy. It's not as tall as I want it to be, but I'm quite happy with it regardless. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Fyr's Frontier. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and or not already subscribed. But anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.